we do is important, but how we do what we do becomes more and more important. And that's for every guy here. We got to do it better. Our goal is to have the kind of team that nobody wants to play. And that means that we have to impose our will to dominate the competition all the time. It's all about what does it take to break you.
Welcome to Nick's Having Dreams Sports Talk TV. Thank y'all for tuning in. Please like and subscribe to the channel. So today's video will be about ranking the 5 toughest defenses the Alabama offense will face in 2023. And before I get this, I got this article from RollTide Wire, and I think it was written by Stacey Blackwood. Stacey Blackwood, hey, that's an awesome guy. I love his stuff. He's he does Alabama content, and I'll put the links in the description to the article and where you can find them on YouTube. So starting this thing off, ranking the 5 toughest defenses the Alabama offense will face in 2023. Coming to the season, we know we're coming in with a new offensive coordinator, coordinator Tommy Rees, 31 years of age, came from Notre Dame, so got question marks with him. Not only with that, we're replacing Bryce Young, legend quarterback, Bryce Young. We don't know who it's going to be. Jalen Miro, Ty Simpson, Tyler Buckner, Dylan Larkin. We don't know who it may be. We all speculate who it might be, but with all that in mind, these are some of the toughest defenses that we will face this season. That some of these teams, I don't think you realize how good the defenses are. But when I read this article, I agreed 100% with this. That's why when I see these articles, I do them. So the first one is Kentucky Wildcats. For whatever reason, Mark Stoops doesn't get enough credit he deserves for the job he has done at Kentucky. While they may never be a threat to win the SEC, the Wildcats constantly play a tough brand of football that causes headaches for its opponents. Defensively, they are not elite by any stretch, but generally they play sound fundamental football and make opponents earn everything they get. That's true. If you look at the roster of Kentucky Wildcats, they're going to have a solid defense returning. They will have a solid defense returning. Don't know if it ever, amount to SEC competing in the SEC for an SEC championship. Don't know. Honestly, don't think so. But look at how they played Georgia last year. Kentucky played Georgia defense pretty tough. The only thing Kentucky couldn't do was score. No, if they would have scored, they would have made it more of a game. Georgia probably would have still won, but Kentucky played them very tough last year. And this season they have a tough defense returning. They have a tough defense returning. So number 1 was Kentucky Wildcats. Number 2, Mississippi State Bulldogs. And this is what they say on the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Before being promoted to head coach following the unfortunate passing of my elite, Zach Arnett was regarded as one of the brightest young defensive minds in the sport. The Bulldogs play an aggressive yet disciplined brand of football. Defensively and always seem to make things difficult for their opponents. That's true. Look back at the future of the past. Mississippi State put out some good defensive players. Doesn't never amount to competing for an SEC West title, but they play solid defense. I will say. This year, I think the defense will be a little bit more better. I don't think of the amount of that, me personally, but with replacing an offensive coordinator and with the first time starting a quarterback, Mississippi State Bulldogs is a defense to watch for. So, next on the list, you got the Texas Longhorns. And this is what he said about the Texas Longhorns. We all know that Texas is loaded with talent. So, That is not in question. I don't know what's going on with me today, but for the longest, it seems like the Longhorns have failed to play consecutively on the defensive side of the ball. Texas did show some signs of improvement last season and will likely continue to trend in 2023. Remember, the Longhorns held Bryce Young and Alabama to just 374 yards of total offense last season in Austin. Look, that defense did play a whole lot better than thought they was gonna play last season. And that is a question mark that I have for them this season. Will they keep the same intensity up? Because I feel like the intensity came from playing in Austin, the fans, but will they continue that trend this year? I don't know. Do I think they will? I think they will. And it'd be nice to see them continue to trend and play more competitive football like they did in 2023. But this year, will they get over the hump? I don't think they will get over the hump in Tuscaloosa. That's just my opinion. But I do think they will continue to trend upwards. And next on the list is LSU Tigers. LSU Tigers. This all starts with a super sophomore, Harold Perkins Jr., who might be the best defender in all of college football. Not to say that LSU doesn't have talent everywhere else, but this defense does. This defense goes as Perkins goes. Mason Smith returns to the defense line after missing most of the last season with a knee injury, giving the Tigers a formidable format. 7, yeah, a nice front 7 basically, and I have to agree on that. Harold Perkins Jr. was nice, and buddy, the defense line, Mason Smith, that dude, he a dog. He was injured last season, and those two are the reason why I feel like we're gonna have to watch out for LSU defense, because with those two, if they clicking on all cylinders, they will be able to get pressure, and it will affect quarterback play. I feel like, and it will help out the secondary a lot. I feel like, but LSU Tigers is, yes, definitely have to watch out for them. But the last on this list is Texas A&M Aggies. Texas A&M is flat out loaded with talent on the defensive side of the football. A total of 5 linemen were 5-star prospects, according to at least one of the major recruiting services. The Aggies also return one of the better nose tackles in college football, and veteran McKinley Jackson. That dude is a beast. In the back end, star Damani Richardson returns for his 5th season of college football. The Aggies are deep at all positions and will cause a headache for the Tide offense when they travel to College Station this fall. Hey, I gotta agree. Every time we go to College Station, every time we just play them, it's a tough game, man. It's a tough game. And they recruited a lot of 5-star guys. A lot of 5-star guys came on that defensive line too as well. And this ought to be the season where you start seeing the production of more of these 5-star prospects that was highly recruited. And they got the veterans returning on the back end as well. So it's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. And I think that will be a tough defense to face. I don't know how the game fair. I don't know how Texas A&M will fare as a whole, but I think their defense will play us tough. We seen it last season. We seen it last season. We seen it in a lot of seasons where the Texas A&M just play us straight out tough. But those are 5 teams that we need to watch out for. 5 teams we need to watch out for is LSU, Texas A&M, Texas Longhorns, Kentucky, and Mississippi State Bulldogs. But listen, the link is in the bio to RollTide Wire and Stacey Blackwood wrote this article, and I will put where you can find him on YouTube. It's Tide Talk Live on YouTube. I will put it all in the description. So if y'all want to follow RollTide Wire and Tide Talk Live, it will be in the description. Thank you for tuning in. Like and subscribe to the channel. Roll Tide, baby. And I'm out.